So guys, I said I wouldn't make a production out of this. I guess I'm kind of lying, because behind me is our brand new 2020 Ford Mustang Shelby GT500. It has only been a year and 2 months since we have started Function Factor Performance. And this is what you get, I guess, when you work really fucking hard. Holy shit, every sticker on this car, as along with my EcoBoost, tells a story. So we'll talk about that later. But again, this is our 2020 GT500. She's beautiful. She's got black stripes. It is magnetic gray. It is a handling pack, because the carbon fiber track pack, as most of you know, is insanely expensive. And some of you actually know, we have made a replacement for the swing. If you guys don't know, the rear wing on a GT350 2020 Plus and a GT500 has a swing with the gurney flap in the back. We're actually going to replace that with this carbon fiber track pack wing. The only thing we can't replace, obviously, are the wheels, because I mean, the carbon fiber wheels, last I checked, they're like $20,000 for a full set, something like that, which is absolutely outrageous. And this is the first time I'm getting to talk fully about this. So again, why did we buy this car? Why did we acquire this car? Why did we got it? Well, guys, as some of you know, I love racing. I'll always love racing. That's my passion. And that's why I started FFP, because I needed to find a way to make some income to go racing and keep myself involved in cars, right? So what this car has allowed us to do is involve ourselves in a very high level of other vehicle owners, right? So what does that let us do? That allows us to network, that allows us to go to other track events, and allows us to advertise, right? So I kind of came up with an idea. I was like, you know what? We're gonna get this badass car that has 760 horsepower, and guess what? We're gonna rent it out. And not only are we gonna rent it out, we're gonna make it the coolest fucking experience of your life. And what I came up with is called the GT500 Arrive and Drive. It's kind of like a gentleman's program in a sense of, it's, of course, the car's still a street car. It's not a real race car. It doesn't have a cage, doesn't have one of those fancy air-cooled system in your suit. It doesn't have water and all that. It is a street car. But guess what? It does have 760 horsepower. It does have a V8, and it is supercharged. And guess what? What is the main difference between the GT500 and, like, say, a GT350 or even a GT? Well, it's got an incredible transmission, first off. I don't care. Anybody can bash an automatic all day. Guess what? This DCT puts in work, and I'll tell you what. Again, it's one of the fastest shifting transmissions in the world. And not only that, it's paired with an engine. Well, this now is making almost 800 wheel due to our JLT intake and a couple other goodies on this thing. And it's just, it drives, as people ask me, so what is it like driving a GT500? It's like driving a supercar. And when I say supercar, I'm talking about, it can be compared to a 458, a 570, even almost up to par with a 600 LT, or even a Huracan. I mean, the car just has so much freaking power, and there is a shit ton of technology in it. I mean, you've got the Magnaride that was designed by a very small team at Ford Performance. And obviously shout out Billy Johnson, because we'll be talking about him later. I mean, this thing just grips like crazy. It does things a Mustang shouldn't do. Because if you guys don't know, this thing weighs almost 4,200 pounds. And that is ridiculous. That is a lot of weight. So with my fat ass in it, I mean, you're looking at almost 4,400 pounds in this car going around a racetrack, setting near record laps at almost every single racetrack in the United States. And of course, the car has a ton of power, obviously, but hey, it is a front engine, rear wheel drive car competing against mid-engine supercars that weigh nearly 1,200 pounds less, and it gives them an absolute run for their money. And I have to say, this is the ultimate fucking Mustang. If you want the best Mustang in the world, this is it. Well, the carbon fiber track pack, but as far as performance, looks, sound, and interior, you cannot beat the GT500 price per dollar. The only other car that I would agree that is on par with this car in its price range would be the top level C8. I love the Corvette C8, got to drive one on a racetrack. Has weird brakes, but the transmission, the power delivery, and the sound of that car, and especially the interior, I mean, that car is really hard to beat for the price, but it is what, 260 horsepower down on the 500. But if you look at the lap times, it's not that far behind the 500 on some tracks. But with bigger tracks that have big straights, obviously the 500 is going to get it. So let's talk about more of that GT500 Arrive and Drive program. So when I'm talking about Arrive and Drive, I mean that quite literally. So what we do, basically you'll go on the website, you'll fill out this form, and then you'll get in contact with myself over the phone. I kind of get to know you and see what you're about, because this is a real private one-on-one experience. And when I mean that, that means I'm gonna be your concierge through this whole thing, right? So again, I'm not trying to make this addy, guys, but I do want to inform you about this program because it means a lot to me, and we've done 3 successful ones. So you're gonna come, I'm gonna fly you in, right? You're able to upgrade anything, your hotel, your flight. You can fly first class, business, whatever you want. I'll accommodate that for you. And not only that, you're gonna have an amazing transportation. You're gonna get my 2020 Ford Raptor, the wide body carbon fiber Anderson composites truck with over 600 horsepower and on those sick Venom Rex Toyo tires. You're gonna get that to cruise around Scottsdale in, right? And then in the morning, we're gonna pick you up super early, because guess what? You're gonna have a racetrack all to yourself for 2 flipping days. 2 days on a private racetrack. It's all yours. And if you want to drive in and bring your own car, do it. We had one guy bring his 2018 Ford Mustang with his father. Guy had a great time. We told him it only lasts 1 lap, and guess what? I mean, the cooling on the GTs or the EcoBoost, they're just not enough for the temperatures out here, and especially on pump gas, it gets those engines really hot. But again, you're more than welcome to bring anything to the racetrack. But why do that? Because you're gonna have this thing for 2 full days. You're gonna have brand new tires, brand new brake pads, all the gas is paid for, and guess what? Even better, you're gonna have all your meals paid for, and we take you to the fanciest restaurants here in Scottsdale, and I am damn proud of it because I love to eat and I love to drink. Last but not least, you get an amazing stay at a resort over in Scottsdale, fun pool parties, an amazing room. Why we got this car? It's an amazing marketing tool. I think it makes our company look amazing, and it gives me the opportunity to help you get into that car and help driver coach you. And if not, Billy Johnson is gonna help driver coach you, because we've paired up with him. So for our most exclusive clients that are looking for every last bit of the experience, Billy is gonna come out and help you in this car. And if you don't know who Billy Johnson is, 5-time Le Mans champ, come on. Helped in the development of the Ford GT, exclusive thousands of hours in the GT500 with suspension tuning and the DCT tuning. Let's talk about the car and what makes this GT500 a little unique. Coming in the front of our GT500, again, it is a handling pack. So we do have the side wicker canards that push air right here to help that front bumper down. And let's talk about this sticker, guys, Motul. Motul has been a sponsor of mine for nearly a decade, and they provide what I think, personally, the best lubrication in the industry. And we do run specific 300V, which is 1550 in this motor. And again, guys, if you have 300V, you gotta change it every 3,000 miles or every 2 to 3 track days, as it's not a longevity oil, but it's made for extreme heat protection during those moments you need it during a race. So we've removed the rain tray, so there is a real vent. You can see the supercharger through that. We got this racing hook right here. It's literally, the brand is called Racing. I mean, why I bought this one, I mean, the quality is insane. I mean, a CNC tow hook, I mean, it looks like a piece of modern art. So that's why I went with Racing instead of other brands. We can take a look at the engine real quick, guys. So if you guys don't know, the GT500 has hood pins. This is a fiberglass front end. So, I mean, it's really important on even carbon ones and fiberglass ones. You want to keep a hood pin or you're gonna have a lot of shake. There you go. And again, nothing special, guys. It is stock 5.2 liter supercharged V8 labeled the Voodoo motor. It is a cross plane, so it's not a flat plane like a 350, but it does have an incredible sound. Dual overhead cam, 36 valves, insane. I think it's crazy that these things are dual overhead cams. If you guys don't know, that means there's 2 cams per bank. That makes this motor massive in this engine bay. And of course, we got, shout out to JLT for this ridiculously huge intake. Look at that thing. And I love this thing because you can actually hear the supercharger. You actually can't hear the supercharger stock from this car. We have equipped our 500 with the camber plates. They are supposed to come with the car, but you know, the dealer is the dealer. So we snagged those. They took about 3 months to get here. They help massively with handling. Let's talk about some of the stickers on the car again. Our company, Function Factor Performance, we provide car parts. That's what we do, right? Ceramic Pro's been with us for almost 5 years. We need to get this car coated. We do have PPF on the front. Shout out to Hugh and One Armor for that. We got One Armor on the side. Got variant wheels. These are the Krypton 20x11 square setup. Actually, I lied, not square, because these have a different offset than the front, because the front, you can't go too aggressive or you'll hit the inner control arm. So we had to go a little less aggressive. I really wish there was more. But these are the Super Chrome Blacks, so they do have that cool shininess, but it's not chrome, it's chrome black. Big shout out to Jim Glow Trailers. I mean, Tim, thank you. I mean, you've been an awesome help. Thank you for the Ego. It's been an amazing transportation tool. That tilt bed made specifically for the S550 chassis. If you guys know, I mean, the GT500 does have active exhaust, so you can change. It has 4 different modes: quiet, normal, sport, and track. Obviously, it lives in track, and it sounds incredible. We finally got a video made. I'm so happy for this. It's just been way too long. We haven't made any content. I just want to get it out, right? We just need to get you guys some content. Want to show you what we've got going on in the shop. And again, my name's Charles Cerrito. Follow us on Instagram, FF Performance AZ. Give us a call, 480-576-8606. We're always at the shop. And again, guys, if you got any suggestions how we can make these videos better, let me know in the comments down below.